I'm talking with Dan Henderson, and got a big fight coming up against Babalu. This is a rematch from a fight of 10 years ago. Can you tell us what happened the first time?
The first one, I beat him by decision. Didn't nothing overly exciting in the fight. Just kind of outstruck him and avoided takedowns. And I was just a wrestler back then. He was mostly a jiu-jitsu guy back then, you know, with some wrestling. But we both have you know, prospered, I guess, with the sport and really been involved the whole time. So we've really come a long ways and different fighters now. So it's almost like it's not a rematch.
Well, it is in his mind, though, because we saw Babalu the other day, and he's gunning for you.
Oh, I know. He for whatever reason, you know, I guess a loss doesn't sit well with people, and they want a rematch. But it's not going to change the fact that I beat him 10 years ago.
Right. And how do you think you have evolved as a fighter? I mean, we know that you have a big stand-up game now is definitely a lot better, but how do you feel in your own mind that you've evolved since then?
I'm, you know, very comfortable on the ground and on top, on bottom with guys. Especially, I've been in there with a lot better submission guys than Babalu, and a lot better strikers than Babalu, a lot better wrestlers, and you know, but he's very well rounded. He's tough. He doesn't quit. He's, you know, he's mentally always in there, and you know, those type of fights excite me. You know, it's a challenge. He's definitely going to be a big challenge.
It sounds like you have respect for him. This doesn't seem like there's going to be a lot of smack talk going into this, or will there? Are we going to, as it gets closer to December, I think it's going to get a little bit more antsy, or what?
I don't know. Not on my end. Yeah. It never really is on my end. It's all about the sport and business to me, and you know, if someone wants to be disrespectful, that's their deal.
I don't think he will, though. After the Jake Shields fight, what did you do to regroup your game, maybe, or, you know, after you had that fight and it didn't go your way, what did you sort of sit down and think about and actively think to change for the next one?
My weight class was one.
That's tough. 185 is tough, huh?
Normally it's not too tough to make, but I just, you know, there was some issues that went on that made it a little tougher. You know, which made the challenge a lot bigger than what it should have been, and he did well and made it past the first couple rounds and ended up with a decision. So it was, you know, he showed that he was tough and had a big heart. So.
But will you divulge what those challenges were, or
no?
Leading no. Okay. You can use the Chris Cyborg girl trouble excuse, right?
Yeah. Well, that could have happened during the fight. I had some female problems, but.
Jeez. I understand now. I think I'm starting to put the picture together a little bit. You know, how much longer do you think you're going to fight?
I don't know. A couple years. My body feels pretty good, and always getting smarter every training camp, and not putting as much wear and tear on my body. So I don't know. You never know. I'm enjoying it. I'm having fun, which is another reason why I'm fighting at 205 now. I don't enjoy the weight cut. I don't, you know. But I'm not saying I'll never do it again. But for a while, I'd be happy to fight at 205. I never felt weak at 180 at 205. So, you know, it's just gonna enjoy the fighting right now.
December 4th is gonna be tough for me. I like you a lot. I like Babalu a lot. It's gonna be a crowd pleaser and a fan pleaser, but it's gonna be tough because a lot of us have a lot of respect for both of you because you've been around and you guys have put on great fights in your game.
Well, I think that, you know, there's always got to be somebody that wins and loses, but you know, I think both of us have respect for the other, and we know that it's going to be an exciting fight based on our styles and our history in fighting. So, you know, I think the fans are going to enjoy it.
Yeah. Do you think you need the win more than he does?
Probably not, but yeah.
Yeah. All right.
You know, there's no way I'm going to lose this fight.
Okay, great. Well, thank you very much for your time, Dan.
All right. Thank you. Oh, my pleasure.